Welcome back to Heels in Business. Today you are joining me on a trip to Atlanta. It's been a busy few days. On Friday I travelled to the Champagne region to celebrate my birthday, which was absolutely fantastic. That video is already up on my YouTube channel, so please do watch it and let me know what you think. I got back yesterday from Epernay, which is the capital of the Champagne region in France, and today I'm already packed and ready to go to Atlanta for work this week, which I will be sharing with you. Right, finally made it to Heathrow. Really quick run actually. I think it only took probably the quickest it's ever taken me, about an hour to get here from home. So, I mean, the taxi driver was driving pretty fast. But no, great to get here in good time. I absolutely hate having to rush for the airport. And hopefully no issues with BA checking in today. And yeah, here we go. Made it to the lounge, and my flight happens to be at the B gates again, and as some of you know that I've watched my other videos, I discovered the B gate lounge not too long ago, so here I am. I'm feeling a bit fussy today with food, so I decided to pick up some food from Itsu. I'm not always that keen on lounge food, so yeah, got myself some lunch, and I've got, how long have I got now? I've got about 2 hours before my flight boards. Or I should be taking off in about 2 hours. Oh yeah. I was trying to remember what I wanted to say, and it was just to say, because I've got silver membership, that is why I get access to the BA lounge, which is brilliant. It means I can fast track through security, check in, but also get access to their lounges globally as well. So even though I'm only flying economy today, I can still have the luxury of using their lounge. Just waiting at gates B42 for boarding now. Should be boarding, and I reckon in about 30 minutes. I've probably left the lounge a bit too early. Could have stayed there a bit longer, but it's fine. I think the flight is about 8 hours to Atlanta. Hopefully it is comfortable. I haven't done an economy flight since, I'm not sure actually. So this will be interesting. I haven't flown a 777 in a while, and I've not flown economy in a while. And yeah, hopefully it's fine. It is a work trip, so unfortunately I doubt I'll be sharing much of Atlanta with you other than the airport and hotel. And yeah, if I do get to go out and do a bit of sightseeing, hopefully I can share that with you too. Just about to board flight to Atlanta. Hi, 29A. That's great, so that's just to the right side over there.
Oh yeah, you're right.
This is me. Yeah, it's quite funny. I have not travelled that far back on a plane for such a long time that I was thinking to myself, how long is it going to be until I reach my seat? Yeah, definitely not used to coming this far back, and it's been a while since I've travelled economy. I'm hoping that the middle seat is free, so I've got a bit more space. This is my leg room. my tiny screen, and yeah, not the usual compartments that I'm used to for storing all my belongings, so not entirely sure what I'm going to do, whether I'll put some stuff up or put some down by my feet. We'll see. I put my headphones here, my phones, my charger cables in this slot here. Got the blanket down at the side and my bag in the middle, hoping that no one sits there. I wonder if you're flying on a nighttime flight, whether they give you an amenity kit with a sleep mask, toothbrush, etc. Finally made it to the hotel. I am staying at a Marriott about 30 minutes from the airport. That was a very long process. From the moment I landed to when I left the airport was a good 2.5 hour process, I think. So first of all, we landed early, which I thought, wow, great. We landed 50 minutes early, but then it all went very wrong after that. So the gate wasn't ready. We ended up waiting well over an hour. So I think an hour and a half in the end to even get on the gate. Even then at the gate, it took ages to get off. Then when we got to immigration, the queues were massive. And I remember years ago when I used to travel in the US how bad the queues were for immigration, and it has generally got a lot better. As an example, Vegas, San Francisco are quite slick, and even Chicago was probably the quickest I've ever got through security and immigration. Not security, just immigration. This was, I don't even know how long. At this point I was so tired, I just didn't really think about it at that point. In total, I believe that was 3 hours until I managed to get to the hotel. But I'm finally here now and glad that's over and done with. Note to self, try and avoid travelling to Atlanta when possible. I have been noticing the global entry points that you can use now, so I might look into that to see if that will make coming into Atlanta and other places in the US a lot quicker. In terms of the BA flight in economy, no real complaints. It was perfectly fine. Was really glad that I had the middle seat free. The food was good as well, and a lot, actually even better than I would say in premium from Norwegian. I would say overall the food quality in BA has got a lot better. And yeah, it was fine, no complaints. And I think when it's a day flight anyway, I'm not really too fussed. It's just nicer to have a bit more room to yourself and not be as far back on the plane. And that is the other annoying thing about being so delayed today. Normally I'm a lot closer to being coming off the plane a lot earlier. As you can tell, I'm really tired. Anyway, I'm going to unpack, shower and get ready for bed now.
Our block is strategically placed on the other side of the ballpark, so we have to basically 343 now.
Well, I managed to get out of the office. I have been working since Tuesday in an office in Atlanta in intense meetings all week, but it's Thursday now, and I've managed to get out and visit a baseball game. It's the first baseball game I've ever been to. It's the Atlanta Braves, which is really close to the hotel that I'm staying at, and this is what you can see behind me. It is really hot. I think it's 35 degrees, and it just so happens where I have my seat, I'm directly in the sun. I'll keep waiting for the sun to go down, but I've taken a break. I've had a hot dog to keep me going, and it's fun here. There's music, the atmosphere is really good. Apparently these games can go on for hours, and yeah, I'm just going to be here for a bit, see how long I want to stay, but good experience.
Thank you.
My week in Atlanta has finally come to an end. I've had quite a busy week in meetings. Yesterday I managed to get to a baseball game, which was really fun and just nice to get a break away from not just being in a place purely for work. So that was really good, but Friday evening now and it is time to finally go home. All checked out, just waiting for my Uber to take me to the airport. Made it to Atlanta Airport through security and now I'm waiting at the gate. Decided not to go to the lounge. Usually in the States the lounges aren't that great and I haven't got that long before I need to board anyway, so I've just come straight to the gate. Security wasn't that quick. Bag drop off was, but security was a good 20 minutes, which is long. I think that's long, but or might have even been 30 minutes actually, but not surprising considering what immigration was like getting here. Atlanta isn't the greatest airport to travel through. Yeah, just one of those things. Getting here was a little bit longer than I expected because there was a baseball game on, so there was quite a lot of traffic near the hotel, so my Uber took a good 20 minutes to get to me just because of the traffic. But after that was perfectly fine getting to the airport. And yeah, overall a good trip to Atlanta, work-wise. I always love getting out of the UK in terms of the weather. It was hot and humid. I wasn't out in the heat too much, but it's just nice to know you're somewhere nice and warm, which I favour over cold, dreary weather. For the return journey, I am flying with BA in premium. I believe it's the 777 again.
Later on in the day, obviously some heavier rain on Sunday, so for arrival it's pretty good. Well, I think I can get us away a few minutes early now, so make yourselves comfortable, enjoy the flight with us, and
much better being in premium than in economy, much better, much more leg room to spread out, and I did manage to get a few hours sleep on the flight, which is always good. Had dinner, just woken up to have breakfast now, which was fine, but I'm never really hungry on these. Well, I'm never really hungry in the morning when we get back from these flights from the States, so I'm not really ever too fussed about food in the morning. Yeah, just glad to be finally getting home after a long week, and I believe I've got a whole week at home before I'm flying again. So yeah, that would be good just to have a good 6 days at least, I think, where I'm not flying anywhere. Unusually I have a aisle seat. Normally I will always try and go for a window seat. I might prefer it, find it a bit more private, but by the time I'd booked this flight it was quite late and only aisle seats were available, so I won't be able to show the landing. Wasn't able to take the takeoff, and I won't be able to show the landing on this flight either. The upside to having an aisle seat is I can get up whenever I want, which is always the only annoying part when having a window seat. Last thing to add, after doing economy, and it's definitely been a while since I've done economy on BA, and whilst it was perfectly fine on the outbound, the blankets and pillows that you get in premium are much better and do make for a much more comfortable sleep than trying to sleep in economy. Their blanket is really thin and their pillow is pretty non-existent. As you can see, I've got my mobile phones in this section here, and other belongings in this part here. There's 2 USBs ports on the premium economy flights, and unlike other flights, the touchscreen has been working on this BA flight. Finally back in London. Always happy when I get back here after a long flight or a long week away. And it is Saturday, so this work trip has eaten into my weekend slightly, or quite a bit, because it's about 11:30 at the moment. By the time I get home, it'll probably be 2. Really depends. Well, actually, I don't know what the traffic is like at the moment, so it really depends, because traffic on the M25 can be pretty terrible any day of the week, any time. But still glad to be finally home. Bags have still not arrived yet. It's always pretty frustrating when you get off a plane and you're waiting quite a while for the bags. Atlanta, just to finish on my thoughts on Atlanta. It was a work trip, so unfortunately I haven't really shown you much of Atlanta. I have been there previously, a good few years ago, where I spent a month and a half there. On that trip, I visited Coca-Cola, went out shopping. There was another tourist site that's quite popular that I went to, I can't remember the name. But this trip was purely for work. From a work perspective, it was really good. The location I was working in was good. It was a productive week. It was good that I got to go to the baseball game. That was fun, although long, but it was fun and hot, but still fun. I think the American atmosphere is just, it really does make the environment fun. And yeah, baseball, I'm not so sure it's that fun as a game. I don't think it really is, but it's the music and everything else that makes that environment really good. And yeah, typical work trip otherwise. I wouldn't choose to go to Atlanta purely because of their immigration. That is really off-putting. I like a quick and slick operation when it comes to immigration. And I am finally back home. Well, I hope you have enjoyed joining me on my journey to Atlanta for work. And don't forget to please like and subscribe